Hey everybody, we are this week taking a look at the education building from the standpoint of how we use it for adult programming and outside groups. So I'll go ahead and get you turned around here on this windy day here in Palo Alto. But first, at the end of the building, we have our amazing library. We have a lot of care taken in this space, and this is actually for anyone, all ages. Great children's layout there, all kinds of books. It's a pleasant space, but it is getting a little tired. You can see the furniture is getting a little old. The carpeting is a little tired, and it would just be great to update this space. But again, it gets used by everyone, but it's one of the adult spaces that we use. Some cool displays here. And as we turn around the corner, the next room we get to is what we've traditionally referred to as the chapel. And the chapel space is not super chapel-y in that suspended tile ceiling sort of way. It just really doesn't quite do it. The cross wall ministry that we've had here in recent memory has been a great addition and has helped. But this room is not as big as would be ideal and is a little closed in. There's not too much in the way of natural lighting. And again, it doesn't have that great chapel kind of feel. So that's some of the limitations here, in addition to just being a little bit tired. This room was updated more recently, but we're still talking 20 years ago. So as we move along then into the next rooms, this room is primarily used for Sunday school when we're not outside during a pandemic in the tent. But the reason I want to show you this room is because this is a room that gets used by outside groups. So it's set up here for an AA meeting, actually. And typically, we've had every week multiple AA groups in here, and then Sunday school, and back and forth and back and forth. And the room doesn't respond well to that kind of switching back and forth. In fact, you can see a little bit of coffee debris here on the floor, right by the Sunday school supplies, and it's just really not a great way to use this space to flip it back and forth between adults and kids like that. It would be better to update this space and have the adults be in one location. And again, we were just in the chapel, and if that was a little bigger somehow, that would be great. Bathrooms, of course, adults use those, but that's another video. You already saw those. And then the big room that changed our thinking here is the space that Mini Infant used as an infant care center. They were outside renters. And as we look at this space, it's a little strange. It's a little bigger than the chapel. It has plumbing, great for coffee. It has this wall that doesn't actually need to be here. It's not structural in any way, shape, or form. So this could be made into a fairly large room, bigger than the chapel, in fact. There would be the potential to again, do something with the ceiling, perhaps. Now, when we think about the capital campaign and all of the things that we might do with it, you know, if the response rises to a certain level, say around 700,000, then we can kind of do basic repairs, kind of the essentials. But if we're able to go more towards our target of 1 million, we would really be able to think through how we want to expand these spaces so that all of the adult programming can be in one location. We don't have to switch back and forth between children and adult spaces, and create the kind of space we need for the next 70 years. So next week, we'll take a look at the Ed Wing with an eye towards how children and youth need the space. So we'll see you then.